Hi, everyone, and welcome to Ignite's Levi's Know Your Ballot for Arizona in particular. My name is Esmeralda Cortez Rosales. I am Ignite's West Coast Program Manager, and I'm really excited to be here today to teach you more about Arizona. And so today we're going to cover a few things, such as what are the deadlines to register to vote in person, by mail. We'll also look at some candidates that are running top down for the Arizona ballot. And so without further ado, let's just get into it. And so, as many of you might have already known, the deadline to register to vote online, by mail, and in person was October 15th. And so, absentee ballot deadlines are quite different. And so, Arizona requires that you request it by October 23rd, 5 p.m., and you have it returned by mail or in person on November 3rd by 7 p.m. And fun fact is that early voting begins on October 7th through the 30th. And so that is super cool to know because you all could have voted before Election Day. And so going into it, how do you exactly vote by mail in Arizona? And so all registered voters will be sent a vote by mail ballot for the November 3rd, 2020 general election. Registered voters do not have to apply for a vote by mail ballot for this election since everyone will already be sent one. And so right after you receive your ballot in the mail, the first thing you want to do is fill out your ballot. After you have voted, all you have to do is insert your ballot in the envelope. Make sure you complete all required information on the envelope in case you have to sign it. And so you can return your ballot, whether that's by mail, in person, or a drop-off location. And there's a few things to note, however. If you are returning your ballot by mail, it must be postmarked on or before Election Day and received by your county election office no later than 17 days after the election day. And so it's super crucial that we get your ballot in on November 3rd before 7 p.m. or early. And so if you're returning your ballot in person or dropping it off in a drop box, it must be delivered no later than the closing of the polls at 8 p.m. on November 3rd. And so anyone may return your ballot for you as long as they are not getting paid for any ballot issues or any bases. And so in order for your ballot to be counted, you must fill out the authorization section found on the outside of your ballot envelope. Here is some fun stuff. So I'm sure we're all excited to know who is on our Arizona ballot. And so for the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, there's some things that are up, and we're going to cover that right now. For example, for the U.S. House of Representatives are up for election or re-election every 2 years. And so we have some senator candidates that we wanted to focus on. We have from different aisles, of course, we have the Democratic candidates from Mark Kelly to Mohammed Arif, and then we have the Republican candidates Daniel McCarthy and Martha McSally. There is also Alan White, who's a part of the Libertarian Party running. And so I highly recommend you all look into their names, see who calls out to you and your values and what you feel that is the best choice for your state. Moving on to propositions in Arizona, we wanted to introduce to you Prop 207, the Smart and Safe Act, and then Prop 208, tax on incomes exceeding $250,000 for teacher salaries and school initiatives. And so we'll go into both of these propositions. The first one is Prop 207, and right now you are seeing a blank screen because I want you to do your own research. This is us telling you that you are the best person that can make a decision for you on your ballot. But don't worry, we do have what a yes vote means for Prop 207, the Smart and Safe Act. And so a yes vote supports this ballot initiative to legalize the possession and use of marijuana for persons residents who are at least 21 years old. And they would also enact a tax on the marijuana sales and require the State Department of Health and Human Services to develop rules to regulate the marijuana business. So this is what a yes vote means for the Smart and Safe Act Proposition 207 in Arizona. You will get to decide whether this proposition gets passed or not. The next one I want to cover is Prop 208, and yet again you see a blank screen to emphasize that we want you all to go in and do some research on what this proposition means for you and your state. However, like the Proposition 207, we do have a yes vote for this one as well. And so a yes vote supports this ballot initiative to enact a 3.5% income tax in addition to the existing income tax of 4.5 on income above 250,000 if you're single filing. If you're joint filing, that's 500,000, and distribute the revenue from 3.5 income tax to teacher and classroom support staff and salaries, teacher mentoring and retention programs, career and technical education programs, and the Arizona Teachers Academy. So overall, these taxes would be on people who are either one person with a 250,000 salary or $500,000 for a joint filing. And so all this money put together would be distributed to all the things mentioned earlier. And so I'm really excited to see how you guys are going to vote for these two propositions. And so let's go on to closing us up. That's all we really wanted to cover today. I just want to say that you have the power to determine this next election. And thank you to Levi's for doing this in collaboration with us so that you all can be more informed and spread the word to all your coworkers to register to vote, to get out the vote, and now you can be an expert on all the things on the ballot. And so I'm super excited to see what you all are going to be able to do in Arizona. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.